Steve Atwater joining us here on Broncos Country tonight. Mike Purcell gets a contract extension, and I know that a lot of people here locally, because he's a local guy, have been pulling for him, but he's a guy that's easy to pull for. What was your reaction to that news?
Oh, I was so happy for him. He's been with a lot of different teams, especially the one year. He was with 4 or 5 different teams. But you see his resilience, been able to stick with it when things didn't look as good. I remember him being on the practice squad here and, just getting the opportunity, sticking with it. And, after they made the change and put Mike Purcell in, we did much better as a defense. So I'm really happy for him. Hometown guy, great story. Hey, you got to keep it going, man. This is just the start of a great career for him.
You know, I'm sure you saw a lot of guys kind of like Mike struggle through getting cut by several teams, kind of the journeyman experience in the NFL. Obviously, that wasn't your experience, but looking at some of these guys and how they had to scratch and claw into the league, is that something that I'm trying to think of the right word here? Is that something that picks up a locker room when a guy like that gets paid?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just like when you're in college and a guy who comes in as a walk-on and then the coach awards him a scholarship, and, it's a big deal. And it's a big deal for Mike Purcell. I know all the guys in that locker room are happy for him because not only is he a really, really good football player, but, man, when you talk to the guy, he's one of the nicest guys you ever want to talk to, man. And he's a genuinely good person as well. And I love it when it works out to where, you can be a good player, be a good person, and, things go your way with the hard work.
Okay, Steve, I wanted to ask you about what the Broncos were able to do against the Jets, and what were some of your takeaways in that game that make you believe they're going to be able to carry some momentum into the Patriots game?
Yeah, well, I think it first off started with that offensive line. I thought they played better. I still like to see them go all the way to the whistle. I still look at the film and I see guys have a really good block and then come off their block and, the guy who they come off of go and run and make it, get in on the tackle. And I just want to see our guys go all the way to the whistle to where, they may not be able to go and block their guy, but they can block somebody else to stop the guys from piling on the defensive side of the ball. That's one of the things as a defender. I used to hate those offensive linemen, man. Keep running down when the running back, you got to tackle the running back, and then offensive linemen hitting us like, oh, man. But I want to see our offensive linemen do that to cause headaches for the defensive guys. Go to the whistle, man. Go to the whistle. And but they did better. I thought they did much better. I thought DeMar Dotson stepped in, did a really nice job. As you know, Garrett Bowles highlighted offensive lineman in that game. According to Pro Football Focus, he did a nice job. Cushenberry played better. I'm still seeing a little bit of Dalton. He's struggling a little bit out there. I think I need to see him pick it up, and I'm sure he will. In Glasgow, they're all kind of doing it together. They were much better in sync this game too, passing off guys and being on the same pace. I was happy to see that. So that was the biggest take for me, is just that offensive line. Obviously, Brett Rippon being able to get the win, throwing some accurate passes, making quick decisions. I thought Melvin Gordon did a nice job too. Just being solid, being reliable, and making some big plays. Man, he falls hard, man. I hope he doesn't get hurt by the way he falls. You got to roll when you hit that ground, man. You can't let your body take the full brunt of those blows.
If Steve Atwater was still playing and you were playing on that defense, when you came up for film study after the game, who would have gotten yelled at for that Sam Darnold run?
Oh man, I know you want me to go get my boys Justin and Kareem and Alex. I'm not doing it, man, because it happens sometimes. And I can say from Justin Simmons' point of view, hey, he was running full speed, made a cutback on him, and then he got to Kareem Jackson. I thought he was about to go down, and he didn't. He kept running, and it puts defenders in a tough position, because if you come up and you got your mindset on laying a guy out, and then he slides and you hit him, you're going to get penalized. But then he can keep running like Sam Darnold did, and he could actually run you over big as most of these quarterbacks are. They can truck you if they want to. And but I just got to give Sam Darnold his props. He made a good play on that one. We'll be better the next time. It happens sometimes. I'm not gonna get on my guys.
Don't even under the bus.
I know they're playmakers, and they'll make that play 9 times out of 10.
Well, that's actually the answer I wanted. If you go back and you look at the tape and you watch, you can see he's coming downhill on Justin. Justin looks like he's about to wrap him up, and then Sam kind of does this dead leg, looks like he's going to do a slide.
Man.
And then put the move on him. And I was like, man, that was cold. There's nothing I could have ever done. I would have just been like, no, hats off, man. Hats off.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I would have done the same thing. He got me, too.
All right, Steve. Well, it's good to hear your voice. Thanks for the time. We'll check in with you next Tuesday.
Hey, thanks, fellas. Enjoy, man. Have a great day.
You too. The great Steve Atwater.